Hola from the west side. It's me, DC the Purple Diva, and it is time for Not So Random Chat. So go grab your coffee, your tea, or whatever your libation is tonight, and let's start to talk about whatever we want to. I'll be right with you guys. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hola, from the west side, y'all. Oops, knocked over the mic, y'all. Sorry about that. Happy Wednesday. Let me get this mic together, y'all. Let me put it on mute for just 1 second so I can get this mic together and y'all don't have to hear this. 1 second. Get this mic together. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to turn down the mic. It's a little loud. It's a little hot. All right, so now, happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hey, the kid Leroy, how are you? Hey, Pirates of Shanglo. Happy Wednesday, y'all. So it is still Wednesday for me, but I know in other parts of the country it's already Thursday. But it's been a good week thus far. I have been getting content out. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, I put out a new Chronicles of an Autism Mom this week, talking about art therapy and all the different types of art therapy that are available to people on the autism spectrum. And then yesterday, I put out a spoken word entitled Black Fathers. And it was a tribute to Black men who are fathers, because I know Black fathers kind of get a raw deal when it comes to fatherhood. So I put that out as a tribute to them. So I hope you guys get a chance to take a listen to that. And I do have more. I've got more content coming this week, y'all. But I've learned some things about the algorithm. So I want to share those with y'all in regards to notifications. So what I found out is no matter how many videos you put up a day, only 3 notifications will go out in a rolling 24-hour period. So if I put out 3 videos today, people are only going to see the notifications for one of them because I did it all within a 24-hour period. And then the other thing that I found out is that when we put stuff up on our community board, that YouTube only pushes that out every 3 days. So even if you're putting something up on your community tab every day, people are only going to see what you're putting up there every 3 days. And that was actually good information to know, because when you think about when you're putting out your content, I mean, the whole point is to get people to see it, But if you're putting out multiple videos in one day, then it potentially can mess with your views on all of the videos. So I'm going to have to be strategic about that. Oh, you are very, very welcome. What did I just do? I think I hit something. Uh-oh, y'all. What am I doing? Oh. Okay. I think I'm messing with my sounds. I got this sound card, and I'm not using it that much because some of the sounds are copywritten, and I'm not trying to get a copyright strike doing my live streams. I already got a warning the first time I did it, so we won't be playing all of those sounds anymore. But I must have hit something. But shouts out to Pam's Cooking and More, Pam's Place, and Container Crops. It's the same person, two different channels. But she actually put this in her Container Crops live stream today. She was talking about our notifications and about our community tab. And all of this, you guys, is in the community guidelines, all 5,000, 6,000 pages digitally that's out there. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, so I can't play my sound cards on here, but that's okay. That's fine, because at least I have them. And I guess I'll have to continue to try to create sounds. That's one of the things that I'm going to be looking for now. I'm going to be looking for beats. I've gotten some coming from my goddaughter, and I create some myself, but I really want to, I'm going to look at some of the YouTubers that I subscribe to that make beats and see if I can find some really cool beats for some of my background music. Because the YouTube library, you guys, is very limited. I've only found like 4 songs on there that, I like. Nothing against them, But I, for the most part, don't want to be using the same songs that everybody else on YouTube is using as their background music. So I need to get some more music. That's what I need to do. But I've been listening to some of the stuff going on in the world this week. One of the things, you guys, is in the United States, we're dealing with voting reform again. It's crazy to me that we continue to fight over certain groups' ability to exercise their right to vote. And from what I'm seeing in the news, it's going to pass the House, but it's not going to pass the Senate because they're pretty much split down the middle. And I don't think this is one of those ones that, Vice President Kamala Harris is going to step in. So I think it's going to die in the Senate, at least in this session. But I think it's ridiculous that we have to keep going through this. It's sad to me. I don't live in a state where I have to worry about being able to vote. But we've got multiple states in the South that have passed or are passing laws that are going to make it more difficult for certain groups to be able to vote. And the excuse that the minority House leader gives, the Republican, is that doing this at a federal level would shadow the integrity of the vote, which is a bunch of bull, you know what. It's a bunch of bull. It really, really is. It's just another excuse to not strengthen people's voting rights at a national level. And what it does help is it helps states like Texas and Georgia to be able to do some of the crazy stuff that they're doing. And I really believe that it's because so many people turned out for the 2020 presidential election. It's sad to me because I don't believe that the election was rigged. First of all, I believe that the electoral votes are what they are. We as a country have decided to, do all of this electorally, and it is what it is. And I'm afraid that them not strengthening the Voting Rights Act of 1964 will allow crazy things to potentially happen in the next election. That's what I think. That's what I think. In other news, in celebrity, hey Terry, you're buffering and behind in the stream. Sorry, sir. Talking about the Voting Act that's going through Congress and the Senate right now. But in other news, you guys, Mr. Krista Brown is in trouble again. And this time, he's being accused of slapping a young lady in the head so hard that her weave came loose. Now, I'm trying to say that, with a straight face, because in my head, I'm thinking, somebody slapped your weave off, your wig came off, and I don't know what Chris Brown's issue is. I don't know what his issue is. The stuff with Rihanna, I'm not going to give him a pass on that, but I am going to say that if things had turned around for him after that, we wouldn't even be talking about this man now. But in the 10, 11 years since that happened, he has, almost every other year been in some ish. Somebody saying that he did something to him. Now, I mean, The young lady saying that he slapped her wig off. You know, the way it was explained, it sounds funny, but if you think about it, the way these women put these wigs on and have them glued to their heads and all kinds of crazy stuff, for it to come off, I mean, somebody had to have hit you pretty hard. But apparently she wasn't injured, so I don't even know why we're talking about it. But I guess we're talking about it because it's Chris Brown in trouble again. And the sad thing about it is this young man could have had a huge, thriving career because he has the talent. But he keeps getting in his own way with his personal life. He keeps getting his own way. Let me see what you guys are saying. You know, I liked Chris Brown when he was younger. You know, I mean, he's tall, very agile in his dancing, has a great singing voice, and he's shown promise as an actor. But on a personal life, level, he sucks. I mean, we shouldn't be always talking about this man in a negative manner. And it seems like that's all that has happened since Rihanna. After Rihanna, then we had, Karrueche. Then he had a baby by some random dancer. Then he's been in trouble multiple times with people claiming that he was involved in assaults. As talented as he is, maybe it would have been better if he just quit the business. Because he's a target. He's a target for mess to happen. It just seems to gravitate towards him because of the company that he keeps. The company that he keeps. But dude, Chris is you too old to be doing this stuff. Ain't he about 30 now? Let me look. Let me see how old this dude is. How old is Chris Brown? Let me see how old he is. Y'all, he's 32 years old. He's 32 years old. But his behavior appears to be stunted to that of a 20 or 21-year-old. He still acts like he's a kid, but he has a kid. I knew he was in his 30s, y'all. He just needs to go sit down somewhere. If you're not going to do music, then stop getting on social media. Stop having young ladies over to your house. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And then you have the young man that was in Superfly. Not Bumper, but the other dude that was in it with him. One of the dudes from the movie Superfly has an open case, an open assault case. Shouts out to all of the content creators who have talked about this. I believe he has a interview coming out with Tasha K soon. I know that he's interviewed with Jason Lee and Mob Radio, and he's just doing the tour scene on an open case. Shouts out to Wiley, for putting that part out there. But it's the dude from Superfly, Kalani. Maybe that is the dude that played Superfly. I think it is the dude that played Superfly. Let me just look. Let me just look this dude up, y'all. I spelled his name. Let me look. I'm going to look on somebody else's page. Let me go look on. Oh, I know I'm going to go look on the Wiley Show. I'm going to look on the Wiley Show because I'm trying to see if it's this dude. Yeah, it's the second dude. Okay, so if you guys saw the movie Superfly, y'all know the one who starred as the star in the movie, in the updated Superfly movie. Not the one who played as the star. It was his sidekick. The dude that played his sidekick. Yeah, that dude. Has an open case. Open case. I wonder why it keeps doing that. Okay. Keeps looking like I'm not subscribed to the channel. Well, I think he died. Let me see. I think our music died, y'all. Let me plug the sucker back in. Let me plug it back in. It's going to take it a minute to come back. But let me just get back to what I was saying. Yeah, so, this Kalani dude, it just stopped. It's just doing its normal tripping on me. So this Kalani dude, he don't know how to be quiet while he has an open case. Because he's, touring YouTube content creators. Now he's gotten up to, the likes of Tasha K. But from what I understand from the Wiley Show is that the judge is trying to put a gag order on this fool. Trying to put a gag order on him because it's an open case. It's an open case, and dude is out there just talking, just flapping his freaking gums. So that is. So we have these, two young men out there. We got Mr. Brown, Mr. Chris Brown over here, and then on the other side, we got Kalani. And I don't know what his last name is. Kalani Walker. That's his last name. Yeah. That's the dude's last name. It's the one who played the sidekick in Superfly. All right, I think I got the music back, y'all. Let me see. There you go. There's the music. Y'all know I don't like to have dead air. That's the radio personality part of me. Never have dead air on the radio. So, and if I were on screen, it wouldn't make a difference. But because you guys are just looking at my avatar, gotta have sounds. Gotta have sounds going on. Speaking of avatars, well, let's talk about the avatar that appears to be running the Section 8 sector at this point. And, I'm not even mad at my boy Wiley for jumping on and being part of her new panel, because it's helping Wiley out. Shouts out to Wiley because he's almost up to 20K. He's on his way to 20K. So, but in my opinion, I'm not saying that the avatar Monica is going to ever show her face, but she's steadily losing subscribers. Now, we of course don't know how many subscribers she's losing because she's picking her subscriber count down. So we don't know. But we do know she lost a significant amount. And then you have that poor lady that lives in Lake Charles, Louisiana, who is being harassed by crazy people from YouTube who think that she is the avatar. Now, from what I saw in the interviews that More Money has been doing, she's a bail bond woman and has all of these, legal things going on in her life, and she's about to make things uncomfortable for all these folks that are saying that she's this quote unquote avatar. And the avatar says nothing. Avatar don't have nothing to say. Not a thing. But she's just going about her merry business, and she is saying that maybe when she has 1 million or 2 million subs, maybe she might show her face. Girl, bye. I don't even, unless you change the way you talk, how you talk about the stuff that you talk about, I don't see that happening, because some of that stuff you do, at least in your nighttime content, is quite toxic. Left everything there? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Let me see what you guys were saying. So, she's going to continue doing what she wants to do. Hey, Maria. How are you, sis? But yeah, the avatar is going to continue to do what she's doing. I think we've gotten past the point. We've gotten past people thinking that this is a non-Black person behind the avatar. I think everybody's clear that is a Black woman. And just based on how the Mo Money was talking, there's no way that the two can be the same person. Mo Money has a real country dialect, and Just the way she talks, there's no way that she could change her voice to make herself sound like the avatar. So they're not the same person, you know. But, you know, shouts out to the people who are rolling with that, you know, to get yourselves clicks and views. But if that lady gets y'all's channels shut down for doing all of that stuff, just keep in mind, y'all are messing with people's IRLs. Not, you know? So I would be real careful about accusing people of, you know, stupid stuff. I just would. And I have to give a shout out to Jovi Beauty and to TMZ, because both of them reported on this already. So it appears that in the case of Lala and Carmela Anthony, that the twins that they were supposedly getting divorced about may not even exist. I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute. These twins may be invisible and not exist at all. But this man blew up his marriage. Blew his marriage up. Blew his marriage up. Hey, positive vibes. So it's appearing that because people, they're finding footage, photos of the alleged mother within the last 9 months, where she snatched at a time where if she was having twins, she would not have been snatched. So Mello been sending this woman money, trying to hide some babies that don't even exist. I would have wanted proof of the children, you know, before I blew up my situation. But I think what the issue is, the real issue is that this woman allegedly called Mello's son, Lala's son, that this side chick called a 10, 11-year-old child. And if that truly happened, I would be doing exactly what Lala's doing, even if no babies exist. Because now that means that this situation that Mello had is affecting his child, who ain't got nothing to do with it. Why would this woman call his child? Allegedly. But you know, all of this is, you know, according to TMZ, so it's all alleged. You don't know for sure. But that sounds like some dumb stuff some side chick would do out of desperation to be seen. It's just crazy, y'all. So unfortunately, I think that Melo was duped, but I don't feel sorry for him because he don't know how to keep it in his pants. He doesn't know how to keep it in the pants. And yeah, I know, they're like all athletes are like that. No, all athletes aren't like that. But he apparently was like this before Lala married him and after. And rumor has it that their son was a Trapham baby, allegedly. And if that's the truth, Lala know better than that. You cannot make a man stay with you just by having a baby. I mean, he was with her in name, but mentally, he was clearly checked out because he kept getting with other chicks. And apparently, allegedly, they had an open relationship. That's one of them little Hollywood old things, Same old crazy stuff that allegedly Will and Jada had going on. But didn't no babies pop out of their situation. Jada was just doing it with the baby. But I digress. Let me see what you're saying, Maria. Little boy got a haircut. His dad put what? His dad put what in his hair? Wow, that is so not cool. That's so not cool. What do you guys think about the Raider that came out on his social media? And of course, it's trending now, and he's getting all kinds of positive support and everything. But here's my thing: there have been gay football players the whole time. Okay, when my nephew, rest in peace, was playing in the NFL for the Chargers, he told us back in the 90s, he was like, you don't even want to know. You just don't want to know. That's what he told me. He says, you wouldn't believe. So, although this particular player came out, it's like an open secret within the NFL, but he's the first one to come out while they're still playing. And he's like one of the, top players on the team that he's on. The last person I believe who came out was that young man. And he didn't even get to play one game. I think he was Samoan. Can't remember his name though. It was Michael something, I think. And then, of course, you have, other football players who have come out after playing in the NFL. But the thing is that one thing that he said that I do agree with is that, hopefully it'll be a time when people don't have to come out. to me, personally, it's nobody's business, except people who are involved with that person. I'm like, you know, but I guess he felt that he had to say something, so that he could, I guess, live openly in his truth. Because I guess by not saying that, the assumption is that he is not gay. I don't know. But I know he's gotten a lot of support around. And here's the thing. I don't think any player, if there was any active players that's their truth, I don't think that they would not get support. Nobody cares about that. People care about the kind of athlete they are. That's what most people care about. Who people choose to love or who people love. Let me just say that. Sometimes it is a choice, and for some people it is not. I don't believe that people choose it. I don't think everyone chooses it. Some people, yeah, maybe they do, but a lot of people who are, that's just who they are. And I know it's in straight conflict, of course, with Christian beliefs, but I don't think that people make that decision. I think you either are or you aren't. And that you know what, Maria, that dad shouldn't have even put that on TikTok. People are doing some crazy stuff on TikTok. I have a TikTok, and I think I've put up maybe 3 or 4 TikToks, because I don't really know how to use it. I think I know how to use Snapchat better than I know how to use TikTok. But I go, hey, misunderstood. But I go in there. But that's horrible that dad did that to his kid. See, I always, I one of the things that people ask me, people have asked, they said, well, how would you feel if your son was gay? And I'm like, I would still love my son, but I would feel sad for him from the standpoint because he has a disability, that it would be harder for him. I just, from the standpoint, because he has a disability. But there are people with autism that are gay. My son is not one of them. He likes girls. But if he didn't, I'd still love him. But he's, he got to get himself together before he can even say anything to a girl. He don't even know how to talk to a girl. He don't even know how to talk to what. But he's a grown man, so he gonna figure it out eventually. I would worry about that. I mean, I already worry about my son because he is a Black man with autism. I already worry about him for that reason. So if he were, that would just be something else I would have to worry about because he's disabled or differently abled, you know. But because he has a developmental disability, I would be terrified for him, you know, because people already bully people who are disabled, and other disabled people bully other disabled people. Don't get it twisted. You know, they aren't all angels, and my son's not an angel either. He can be the sweetest person in the world, or he can be the meanest person in the world. My son is 20. It will be 26 this year. Misunderstood. He's a grown man. He is a grown man. Now he's young, but not that young. He's grown. Oh, you like differently able? Yeah, he's differently abled. You know, but you know, he doesn't try to approach them. Well, he hasn't had an opportunity to approach anybody because we were in lockdown for like 16 months. But now he's getting ready to go back to work. So hopefully, you know, he'll socialize with, you know, both sexes at work. Yeah, the police is an issue also for people on the autism spectrum. I did one video about that one young man, Matthew Russian, who was in prison, and they let him out last year. But that's not the only cases that I have found where there has been a disparity in how the police have treated someone on the autism spectrum, and that they have not taken into consideration the fact that they have autism. They didn't deal with him, and then there was another young man. I can't remember his name right now. I have it written down because I'm going to probably do a video in regards to him, where he was just sitting on a park bench or on a bench at the bus stop. He wasn't doing anything, and someone called the police, and he got arrested and went to jail. Another young man with autism. So I'm terrified for my son with dealing with the police, because he's a Black man and because he's a Black man with autism. And the police do not know how to deal with people who have developmental disabilities at all. They don't. In the city that I happen to live in, they get 1 weekend, you know, like a two-day training once a year to deal with people who have mental issues or developmental disabilities. 2 days out of the entire freaking year is all the training that they get. And in other cities, I'm sure they get none. We know that the police are not capable of dealing with people who have things going on with them. They don't. They you know, we've had number of people with developmental disabilities who have been killed by police officers, shot by police officers. There's a little boy that got shot by LA County sheriffs a few months ago. and may never walk again. On the spectrum. And it was in that case it was a Latino young man. So, they weren't even supposed to be there. I think I talked about it at the time. I did a rant, as a matter of fact, about it. But now that we're coming back out of, cities and states opening back up, crime is going back up, you guys. Brutality is going back up by the police. All of this is starting to escalate. Just as we're getting into the summer. People are talking about it's going to be a hot girl summer. I'm concerned that maybe a hot summer, as far as violence. All these people are coming out that have been cooped up. Crime is already starting to go up. They're challenging the assault rifle laws in the state of California. Then on a national level, you have, the president trying to deal with anti-violence. A lot of this is like a powder keg. It's like a powder keg, y'all. Yep. They don't have any training to deal with people who have mental disabilities. And I'm not just talking about people on the because they lump autism into mental disabilities because it does affect your cognitive thinking. However, it's not really a mental disability. It's a developmental disability. But for police training, they don't know how to differentiate. They don't even know how to recognize it. Because every person with autism is different. Hey, Joe. Hola. Every person with autism is different. But yeah, I think this is not going to necessarily just be some kind of hot girl summer. It's going to be a hot crime summer. Because the fools are out. They already out. Everything's opening back up. And I told you guys, did I not say months ago that if you are a law-abiding citizen who can pass a background check in your state, please exercise your Second Amendment rights. I'm going to reiterate that again today. Make sure that if you do not know how to use it, that you get properly trained so that you don't kill yourself or someone else. But do it legally, because I just feel that people may have to protect themselves in their homes. If you weren't doing it before, start thinking about it now. Just start thinking about it now, because as things are opening up, that means people are coming into all the different areas from other areas. I mean, just think about it. This last weekend, from what I could see on multiple YouTube channels, Las Vegas was packed. People all from all over. People I know that live in Vegas are saying, yeah, they're starting to, people have to start getting their guards back up as far as things, because it's the wild, wild west in Vegas. Like in days to months. Well, here's what I can tell people. I'll say in regards to, us opening back up, please do not be naive and think that opening back up and, about 50% of the people in the country might be vaccinated, because there are continuing, new strains. I think there's a new one called the Delta strain. So I keep saying it, even though things are opening back up, please be guarded. And I would still say, if you don't have yourself ready for potential another lockdown, you might want to think about doing that. Having what you need in your house, having emergency, money in case you can't get to the banks. All of these things. All of the things that everyone told you to do before we went into the world shutdown. Because how they did that the last time, if it has to happen again, they're going to do it a whole different way. So just be ready. Just be mindful. Just be mindful. All right, you guys, I'm going to come on camera because it's almost time for me to get out of here. I've been on here for about an hour. My mouse is dead, so let me see. Let me see. All right. Oops. There we go. Okay. There we go. Hey, guys. Let me stop it. Okay. It's shaking. Say hi. Hi. All right. Yeah, I got my hair up tonight, you guys. It is nice here in Cali. It's nice here. We are about to be in a water shortage. I understand though, because I heard today, and now Terry, you can tell me if this is true. I heard that in the central part of California, the parts of California that get their water from the American and the Sacramento River, that their tap water is tasting kind of earthy right now. It's tasting like soil. That's what I heard that on the regular news today. And apparently, because our water levels are so low here, that the solutions that they put into the waters, this is another reason why I don't drink California tap water, to deal with things that are harmful for us. Whatever they use up in that area, it's not designed to take that taste out of it. So when the water levels are down lower, people are going to start to taste that stuff in their freaking water. Don't drink tap water. Don't drink the tap water, especially in here in California. Don't drink tap water, y'all. I don't drink tap water here. I have never drank the tap water here. And for those of you who live in areas of the country where your water is treated with fluoride, fluoride in the water is not good for you. You know, fluoride is something that should not be ingested. That's why they always tell you to spit out your toothpaste, not to swallow it, because it has fluoride in it. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will be back on live on Friday for some Friday flavor. And between now and then probably tomorrow, because I got to deal with the YouTube algorithm, making sure my stuff gets out. Probably tomorrow, the Coffee Talk series on the Pretty Girl Effect will be scheduled for upload. All I have to do is upload it, y'all. It's done. So that will probably be up tomorrow, and then I'll see you guys in real time on Friday. Hey, DLD. But until then, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. But I want you guys to be safe, and I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see you guys on Friday. Peace. I'm out of here, you guys. Bye.